Hey y'all. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. For self-care this week, I want to talk about what else but loving yourself, loving up on you. If you head to the blog and see the post part of this video, I kind of talk a little bit about my journey of trying to really work on accepting myself and being comfortable and loving myself first, kind of before anybody else. Being a little selfish. So yeah, I have been practicing. Part of this journey of learning to love myself has come from doing this kundalini practice, this kriya, and I wanted to share it with you today. So the video, I'm going to show you this kriya. I know Anna did a kundalini meditation for you guys last week, and she is really the person who had inspired me to start doing kundalini meditations. And I specifically looked for a self-love one. She had sent me a few, and I chose this. So I want to share that with you now. So before we get into the kriya part, I just want to show you some of the things that I love using during my meditation or tools. One is making sure I'm super comfortable seat. I have type hip flexors. So I put a little bolster, and it tilts my sitting bones down, and it makes it much easier for me to sit in easy pose throughout the meditation. I also have an Apple Watch, and it has a little timer that vibrates, so I can set the increments of time for the different postures. I really love that. Also, you can just use your iPhone. There's some really good meditation apps. Not meditation apps, sorry, timer apps that are like a soothing bell, so it's not something jarring in the middle of your meditation. Also, specifically, I like to have some crystals nearby, and because this is a self-love kriya that I've been doing, I have my aura quartz. It's a rose aura quartz, and this is a really good crystal for connecting to the universal love, and helps to transmute any self-doubts you hold about yourself. So this is a really powerful crystal for self-love. I need a bigger one, but size doesn't matter, well, at least not for crystals. And then we have selenite, which is I always have this when I'm meditating because it helps bring deep peace and mental clarity. So those are my crystals. Got my sage stick, get rid of the bad vibes before I come into my space. So yeah, this is my meditation setup. These are my crystals. I usually, in the practice, sometimes I actually put them under my seat. Sometimes I hold them in my hand. In this practice, for this kriya, I have been holding them in my hand. Alright, so here we go for part one. We have these arm movements. Now, traditionally this kriya, it is palms open pretty much this entire time. There's no mudra. However, because I am holding my crystals, one, you could just stick them in your bra if you want to, but I actually keep them in my left hand, and I just fold in my thumb like this and keep my left hand like this throughout the entire 3 parts. So arm movements, arm situation for the first part of this kriya. Then the left elbow, bring it in towards your rib cage, sit tall and long. You want to keep that breath open, free, so keep the spine elongated. And then your right hand, palm over, hovering over your head about 6 to 9 inches. And your focus during this 11 minutes should be at your lunar center, which is your chin. So that's where your mind eye is trying to focus on. And as far as the breath work, in this first part, it's going to be a series of breaths. You're going to do, they're like a minute. So you try to inhale for 20, hold for 20, exhale for 20. Again, that's something you build up to with lung capacity and meditation. So you can cut it and do 5, 5, and 5. 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds exhale, and then work your way to 10 and then 20. That is my suggestion for you guys. Again, you don't want to be scared away from doing this beautiful practice. You want to make it doable for you and work your way into, I guess, the proper way of doing it. So yeah, we're going to start. I'm going to set my timer and we'll get to it. Okay, so coming into part 2, really quickly with transitioning, because I'm stopping to explain these, you want to move slowly from one arm position into the next for each part. So just think about as your 11 minutes finish up in that first part, just take a deep inhale and a deep exhale, and you're going to move from here, and you're going to slowly transition to arms out in front of you, parallel to the floor. Palms face down. And this second part is only 3 minutes. You can continue with the same breath count, or you can just transition to just low, slow, long, deep breaths with the lunar focus, the lunar center as your focus. And that's going to remain through all 3 parts of this Kriya. So coming into part 3, that was the transition. It's arms are straight up, palms facing forward. I know that the camera is cutting my hands off. I am using a tripod and videoing myself, so it is what it is. But I promise you, hands are open. You want straight arms. Try and not have a bend, so your muscles are engaged and active. So again, the transition from part 2 to 3 is this. And this is going to be another 3 minutes, long, slow, intentional breath work through this time, and focus on the lunar center. Okay, so as we finish up part 3, after you do your 3 minutes with arms straight up, you're going to do a 10-second holding of your breath. So you're going to inhale, deeply hold. You're going to squeeze all your muscles, and you want to even imagine that you're like squeezing your muscles so tightly, and you're stretching so much out of your seat that you could almost like feel your butt rising. So you inhale, you hold that, you tense everything up, reach, and then you exhale and release. And I try to imagine like releasing my any type of doubt and hate or like whatever shit that's negative that I feel towards myself, like in that exhale. So we'll do it really quickly. It feels really good, I'm telling you. And always at the end of my meditations, I bow into my heart. And I like to say this quote that my yoga teacher actually said in class not too long ago, and I think it every time I finish this Kriya, and it is, just remember that everything you seek is no farther than your own heart. I just think it's like the most beautiful, like simple thing to, we always forget it, but it's the truth. We're always looking for things outside of us to make us happy, but it's right here. Another thing that I've kind of added into doing with this Kriya is I've added a mantra that I say to myself during that third part, and it is, I'm healthy, happy, and holy. And I just repeat that mantra throughout the third part. By all means, you could probably do it the entire time, but I try to really, right now at this point, I'm focusing a lot on working on breath work for myself. So I save that mantra to the third part of this Kriya. And this has done a lot for me. Again, you go read the post. I'm not going to bore you by saying it again here, but it really has made an impact in the short time that I have been practicing this. So I hope you guys can get the same benefit from it and enjoy your Sunday.